if we're to read the book of Esther with a New Testament in mind, we'll see the dynamics of the gospel at work in this Old Testament story. And I'm indebted to Tim Keller for some of these ideas. The people who should have power, and in fact do have worldly power at the start of this story, the king, Haman, the men of their court, by the end of the story, they're the ones that are actually powerless. Their power has been shown to be insufficient in the face of the people who have the real power, the people who are in exile, the poor girl who has been promoted to queen, Esther, and her uncle Mordecai, two Jewish people in exile who God has used to save his people. It's the truth of the gospel that informs how we look at our secular society, because we ought not to be quick to validate earthly power. Power instead is seen in weakness. Last week we saw the power of God at work in Ruth's foreignness, in her role as a widow. And this week we're seeing, even in the face of tremendous racism and anti-Semitism, that Esther and Mordecai are ultimately the ones who experience the victory. The king should be the powerful one, but he's ultimately shown up as weak before the greater power of the ones who are loved by God. This is how God delivers his people. God brings about his sovereign plan of salvation to bring his people home, not through power, but through weakness. And again, it points us to Christ. It's the weakness of the cross wherein we see the greatest display of God's strength in this gospel inversion, that the first would be made last, that the powerful would be made weak, and the weak would be made powerful.